Seneca states that there's this inner quality that should be applauded by man. Some innate characteristic, a guiding compass that directs us towards more. Something great within us that cannot be snatched away by the grip of society. He goes on to say that the highest achievement is to attain that nature with which we were born, to pursue that excellence that's within us. But too often in society we fall victim to the vices of life. We've all been there. We get confined with the new shiny objects of life. We chase the squirrels of life in anticipation of keeping up with the Joneses. And in doing so, we lose that compass that guides us to that inner nature of who can I become today? And we settle. And on the surface, settling seems okay. But imagine settling into that cozy recliner of comfort beside the warm fire. Nobody wants to get out of that. We confine ourselves in that comfort. This is okay, I'm settling for this. But we miss everything going on around us. And that's what settling does. It is comfortable. It is warm. It is cozy. But it confines you into less than possibilities. In order to move away from the vices that have kept us in that cozy comfort, that recliner by the warm fire where all we know is what we've entrapped ourselves within, we have to get up. And by getting up, I mean we have to go within and begin to explore, who the hell am I? You see, when we begin to explore that, we realize there is this giant-sized badass within us. And that's the inner nature that Seneca says we must applaud. That's something that can never be snatched away from you because it is you. It's your very being. And again, he said the highest achievement we can ever attain is to get in tune with that nature. So the question becomes, am I in tune with who I am? Or am I confined by the vices of life? Has my identity been robbed because I've chosen this neat little package that society has labeled me with? They put on this wardrobe of slavery in the materialistic and consumeristic world that we now live in. Because there's always going to be a shiny new deception. There's always going to be a shiny new object that promises you a better life, but that's an external weapon that can always be snatched away quicker than your next breath. Marcus Aurelius stated that the student must focus on being a boxer, not a fencer, because the fencer relies on an external weapon while the boxer relies on his own fist. He is self-reliant, self-dependent. He's cultivated that very nature within that allows him, that affords him to become the badass that he knows he's capable of being because he's prepared himself. He's practiced. He's disciplined himself in the art of that inner nature. And that's where we go astray from our potential, that path of potential. We get caught up in the vices, we settle in that cozy, comfortable recliner, and then we're left scratching our head, asking ourselves, why the hell do I feel stuck? It's because you haven't got up, you haven't went within and grabbed a hold of that inner being, that character, that moral and directive compass that guides you into higher living, higher existence. We all fall victim to vices in one fashion or another. And that's okay, because failure is part of the process, that trial and error, that learning of the life lessons. But to stay stagnant in that, that's not okay. Because again, that giant-sized, badass person within you, man, it's begging for you to work on the inner nature of who you are and who you can become. And we're never going to see that. That's never going to be fulfilled if we stay stuck in the vices that life so readily hands over to us. Choose to go to work on yourself. Choose to applaud that person within that has that great character to be something greater than less than standards. Remove the vices, applaud your inner nature, attain that highest achievement of pursuing who you are. That's your identity. That's your purpose. Marcus Aurelius said, be that boxer that clenches its fists when ready. You're not relying on any external weapon. You become the weapon.